big ounces. Dead.
This is in my living room.
And these little guys got knocked out of a tree.
Oh, you gotta jump for it. There you go.
Sweet wombo.
Flappy blappies.
And look how spicy this little man is.
Oh yeah, baby.
Here, let me put him on your back.
You can feel their crops, so you can keep track.
Good thing I got another flashlight. Good morning, everybody. This is my son, name of Boobus. Boobus is now officially eating the hard food. After 2 weeks, that's right, I stopped filming during the whole pond build. This little creature is now officially eating hard food after I syringe fed him for literally a week and a half. In fact, he's the same age as this little dingus. And they get along really well now. Look at these little fellas. But while these boys are goofing around, I'm going to show you guys something. Probably by the end of this video today, I'm going to be moving all of these guys out to our pond. They are all ready and healthy to be out there. And as you can see, these guys love me now. Look how they just come over to my hand and kiss it. That's how you know that I've done a good job of raising these boys. Eventually, these guys will be my children, and they'll fly up onto my shoulder and be my friends. And just know he's about to poop on me in a half a second. But look, guys, they're friendly. And although this is kind of nasty, and I've been living like this in my living room for a while, it's gonna be so worth it whenever my little army of pigeons takes over the world. Come here, Patrick. What do you think of this pigeon, Patrick Bateman? Here, let me put him on your back. Oh, look, guys, they're friends. I'm abandoning my son. But yeah, pretty soon this little fella will be able to fly around the house. It's also very clear to me that these are white-winged doves now, and I should not be keeping them in my possession. I went ahead and told the game warden I'm going to go ahead and take these to our friends that are rehabbers. But we did just get approved for wildlife rehab. We need to get inspected. And these are, in fact, not pigeons or domestic doves. They are a native species that I need to take to a local rehab. But look at this, guys. Wow, he can fly pretty well. Also, Gustavo here has eaten enough minnows, and now he's ready to be actually fed. So before I take these doves to the rehab, here's a clip of them when we found them. Okay, guys, so this is downtown Waco. So as you can see, they opened up the tortilla bridge after 2 years. So now people are throwing tortillas off the bridge. We've had 3 huge storms in the last couple weeks, and these little guys got knocked out of a tree. I thought for sure they were dead. But after drying them off and putting them under our shirt for about an hour, they started to wiggle and come back to life. And the pigeons we have are from a similar situation where people just gave them to me. At first, I thought these were pigeons or a domestic type of dove. There's plenty of those out there. When I realized that they could be wild, I separated them so that they wouldn't intermingle with domestic species. And this was the beginning of my nice living room filling up with cringe creatures. As you can see, they were very unhealthy and they were dying. And thankfully, we used our body heat to keep them warm under our shirt until they came home. And if we hadn't have been there goofing around downtown, these little fellows would have died for sure.
Oh, please help, you guys. I can't find my dad anywhere. Please like this video so I can find him.
Now they're basically weaned, but not quite. And they're perfect to go to a rehab where they're going to do all the procedures that are necessary to getting them back into the wild. These pigeons, ironically, are the same exact thing. They eat the same food, only they're bigger and a little bit harder to take care of. But we don't need permits to keep these pigeons, and I can actually put them with domestic animals. Look how happy he is. He loves me. And eventually I can add these little fellas to my pigeon loft. And hopefully they'll help the other pigeons to be friendly with me as well. But I am syringe feeding these guys 3 to 4 times a day still. Later on today, I will be free to drive these guys down to the rehab. I already fed Patrick, who loves to just nibble on random things in my house. But okay, time to feed Gustavo. Come on, Gustavo. Come on, come on. Oh, there you go, buddy. Wow, how precious is that? All the while, this little fella plays with my sock. And he is also doing much better now. Also, I realized I never showed you guys the clips of how we found this adorable little creature, so I'll show you those right now.
My buddy called me and told me that a cat left a bunch of kittens up on his carport, and then she took them all except for one.
Oh, look at this precious creature. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love him. We are on the roof right now.
And look how spicy this little man is. Look at him. Oh, he tried to scratch me.
Just let me pick you up.
Okay, I got him.
Oh, here he is, guys. This is him. Precious little bean. Nothing like finding a cat on a roof. Take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
After that, I washed him off, dewormed him, and then gave him some milk replacer.
So now every day I bottle feed and read to this little creature before bed. Fun fact for you guys, kittens were actually the first mammal that I ever rehabbed. And they're one of the hardest. Because you have to feed these little dinguses every 4 hours on the hour. He's very healthy and gaining weight very quickly. As you can see, he was like 350 grams. And I had to syringe feed him for a week and a half. And now he is just perfect. And I found a couple people that might want to adopt this little fella. I'm really looking forward to getting this little nasty boy out of my bedroom. It'll be a lot nicer to have little things like this whenever this place is just an office and not where I actually live. Here it comes, son. You gotta jump for it. Oh, very nice. Like I said, you guys, we did get approved for our wildlife rehab permits, which is incredible. After years of waiting, we just need them to come and inspect our facility. Come on, you gotta jump for it. There you go. And man, oh man, is this little guy easy to take care of. I'm sorry, Chandler, from the hit YouTube show Chandler's Wildlife. Did I rescue this little emaciated crocodile and completely restore him to perfect health and provide him this excellent, adorable little setup? And here in Texas, unlike Florida, we don't need any permits at all. Now, of course, I would need a permit for a native animal like an alligator. That actually comes with the basic wildlife rehab permit. I still need to get special permits for birds of prey and other migratory birds because those are federal jurisdiction. Now, we don't see a lot of American alligators in Waco, Texas, so there's not a huge chance that we would get to do too many of those, but it is possible. But what was that, Chandler, about me not being ready for this animal?
When we got this little guy, he was emaciated and living in Tupperware with no supplementary light or heat. And after we gave this little guy an adequate setup with the right diet and temperature, he started to bounce right back.
But obviously, guys, I do respect these animals. I don't think they should be kept as pets, especially these larger species. But this little guy, full grown, would only realistically get to be about 9 feet long, which is smaller than the American alligator that I could legally have with an alligator farming permit for $250. And all you need is some decent chain link fence to start farming alligators anywhere in Texas. Now, obviously, it's going to be about 4 years before I really even have to worry about this fella being too big for our facility. But I did talk to Chris over at Crocodile Encounter in Houston, and they have plenty of these guys, and he would have a wonderful home over there whenever he gets too big. But what was that, Chandler, about me not being ready for this little creature here? You're not gatekeeping crocodiles from us Wacoans, are you, Chandler? Just kidding though, guys, but obviously Gustavo Fring is a very healthy little boy, and he's gonna have a very happy life. Once we get the barn insulated and heated, he's gonna have a bigger tank in there for a time. But at any given time, we can take him to Chris over at Crocodile Encounter in Houston, and he would have a great life over there. But he sure has come a long way from being emaciated and dying in Tupperware. And look at all this enrichment he has. And no, guys, I'm not worried about these little fellas getting into here with the crocodile, because the chickens are silkies and they can't fly. And by the time these guys are ready to fly, I'll have them in the pigeon loft. And as you can see, he couldn't fit through here even if he wanted to. But I also keep this covered with a little blanket just in case, and also for the comfort of that little fella. Gee, I sure can't wait until this is just my office instead of my home. Like I said, this little fella is now eating solid kibble and water on his own, so I don't have to give him a syringe every 4 hours through the night anymore. Ounce-topia's doing well, and look at these adorable little clappy blappies. And they love the big thunderstorm that we got last night. And speaking of my new house, these guys are finally working on the roof after 3 weeks. Precious little clappy blappies. Now you see, Chandler, the thing about society is, in Texas, I can buy as many crocodiles as I want and feed them to my chickens. Just like those little chicks you feed your owl. Oh, and every second you spend with
Oh, sweet Tabitha.
from here on out, a Texas crocodile dies. I'm a man of my word.
And this is what I mean by tortilla tossing, if you guys didn't know.
Oh, yeah, baby. This is me and Big Ounce putting the roof on all by ourselves. But the goats and the sheep are doing really well. Kanye and Donda are doing well as well. I'm gonna let these guys out to another spot so they can graze. But look at that pond. But here it is, you guys, pond reveal. But look at this, you guys. Everything's beautiful now. And whoa, is that the baby's wife? Precious little creature. And because of these jets here, we can have just about any species in here all year. I'm gonna make sure we have a really good population of tree frogs in the top. I'm gonna catch probably about 40 to 50 tree frogs, and I'm gonna put them all up here so they can have their tadpoles in the top area. But that's it for now. I'm gonna feed these little fellas here, and then we're gonna take those doves straight over to our rehabber friend. I sure do love these little creatures. Oh, good heavens, look at this muddy little boy. Okay, so while we're warming up Patrick's frozen milk, I put a little bit of
This is a recommended formula for pigeons and doves.
soupy consistency. It's got, ooh, that's a little too much. You can feel their crops, so you can keep track of who's eating what by feeling their crop. But this is what every day has been like for me. I wake up, I pet my little Patrick Bateman, I feed him, and then I feed these guys. This is in my living room. Oh, I sure can't wait for my house to be done.
Sure don't want something horrible to happen to your family, do we?
But check this out, guys. This is great. I haven't fed this one yet. You can feel his crop here is full. That means that he's been drinking the water and eating the food in here on his own. That's why I have the little Bantam Silky in there that can't fly out, so we can teach him how to eat and drink. But as you can see, this guy's just about ready to go back into the wild as he flew into my bed on his own. Oh, look at him! And sadly, you can't rehab these guys without a license, but there's several species of domestic doves that you can. But like I said, guys, now that we know that these are wild doves and not domestic doves, I'm gonna go ahead and take them to our friends who specialize in doves and other songbirds. Okay, now that we put the egg yolk in here and we heated up the bottle to the perfect temperature, I'm gonna feed Patrick Bateman one last time, and then we're gonna head over to give these doves away to our friends. Also, Patrick is doing much better. He's healing up from his little leg injury, and he's annihilating these bottles nowadays. Okay, guys, I put them in this handy dandy Minecraft storage box that you guys sent me in the fan mail. It's got a little hole so they can breathe out of it. And in the next video, we'll be putting these little guys in our new pond. Delicious. Delicious. I love this, guys. I'm not going insane from all this. You are. Sure can't wait for my house to be done. Okay, we're at the wild bird rehab. Our friend here specializes in the wild birds.
And she even gave me permission to take some pictures so we can copy her and show you guys her setup.
And by the time you guys see this video, we've already gutted the trailer and turned it into something similar to this. And I have nothing but admiration for our friend who does this because it takes a lot of work. Okay, we dropped him off, and honestly, I am just amazed at the heart of this woman. Some of those tiny birds need to be fed every 15 to 30 minutes. And that is just an incredible amount of work for a little dang bingus. But it's what we'll be doing, at least a little bit, or what our interns will be doing. This hike sure is longer than I anticipated. Well, here it is, kids. Come on, let's go. Okay, guys, take a look at this. There used to be tons of daddy longleggers in this thing everywhere. I'm talking as far as the eye can see. Look, there's a couple up there. Midsummer, this is where all the daddy longleggers come to breed. Sure is a good thing I got another flashlight on my hands. Oh, how much further can we go? I didn't see any rattlesnakes. I'll let you know if we see one. But that's it for this video. I love you, appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I almost forgot to tell.
Hey, it's me, Big Ounce. Pretty great video today, huh, guys? Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your mom. You know what? Fine. Don't like the video. I don't need a dad anyways.